Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the show. You can see I've got Rogan here chilling. He's a little tired and with good reason. He's been following his old man around the yard today. And let me tell you something. I ran that little pit bull ragged. Myself too. So much so, I came in here, it was 2:40. I said, I want to do a show. I sat down in this chair to start my show. And I just looked around a little bit. I was like, I need to go get some water. Right? I was dying. So I got up, got another glass of water, which I had already had plenty of water, but I had to go drink a whole other glass of water. So I drank a big glass of water and realized that my body was tired. I wasn't tired. I didn't want to go to sleep, but hey, I basically just couldn't move. So I went and I laid down. It was 2:40, right? I just did around the house a little bit. I don't know what I did. I went and I laid down and I didn't even close my eyes. I just laid in bed and I just laid there and let my muscles rest because hey, what's up, James? My muscles were exhausted, but I wasn't. It was my muscles. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna rest my body, and then I'll be okay. And I did. I laid down 20 minutes, 15 minutes. I got up, and I came in here and I started. Hey, Rocco, long time no see. I started a show because my muscles just needed to relax a little bit. They just needed to. I'm gonna tell you what I did today. So the first thing I did was for another 54,000 pounds of milk. I don't know what that means, Cody. Right on. All right. So I woke up, did a show, took Rogan for a walk, did a show, and then took Rogan for another walk. Okay, so I took him for two walks, and then I decided to put him in the pen and start working. And I went down to the grow. I brought Rogan with me, and I knocked those fucking three beams down that Mark installed. Fucking three 18-foot beams that he put to secure the greenhouse down that were at about the 6'4" level or 6'2" level, too low. And I was like, I'm just gonna be carrying something, and bam, I'm gonna smack that thing. It's gonna piss me off. I was like, this is not gonna stay here like that. He's like, I'll be there first thing in the morning to pull it down. I was like, no, you won't. I was like, I'll see you in 3 days, because I know how he is. Woke up this morning, started doing stuff, did my show, whatever. No sign of him. Three beams were still up. I went down there and I fucking pulled him down. I beat him. The first one I beat with my fucking fist. Bam, bam, bam! I knocked that bitch out with my fucking fist. I was like, Mark, I shouldn't have been able to beat this with my fucking fist. Had two nails in it. Two big fucking nails in it. I still beat that bitch out with my rage. My focused rage and energy. And I grabbed a 2x4 and I beat the other two out. Good. I'm glad you enjoy watching those people. And I took those three beams down. I laid them down. And I found another beam that I had neglected. A fourth beam that was hanging loose in the grow. Ripped that one down. Right? And grabbed my weed eater and my rake. And I finished weed eating around all the pots. I took my rake and I raked almost all the piles. There's a bunch of piles in the grow. It's a big grow room. You guys got to understand. It's 80 feet by 20 feet. It's a big room. There's a lot of oak tree leaves on the ground, and pine tree needles and dead grass and things that have been trimmed. So it makes these big and also the dead vegetables from last year. It makes some big piles, you know. And yeah, I hope my shoulder will be okay too. And I got all that stuff picked up into a bag, you know, and then I got I took the cages that go around each pot, and I set up all the cages. So they were all closed. I opened them so I could work inside, you know, but left them in place. So I had to bring another cage into the grow, that was sitting outside that Mark had left it outside. Hey, Carl. So I brought it inside the cage, inside the grow, and I set it up. And Rogan was there. He was fucking arguing with me. I was like, why are you yelling at me? I was screaming at him. I was like, don't do that, man. When I'm carrying something, you're not attacking the thing that I'm carrying. You got to learn that, you know? I'm trying to teach him. Oh, you got your socialist check today, Chef Josh? Right on, buddy. There you go, Trendies. One of the Trendies has a check. There you go. So, keep sharing this, guys. Keep retweeting and sharing this in large groups in Facebook for me while I'm talking. I appreciate it. Thanks. I want to go get another glass of water, too. So, let me do that, and I'm going to keep telling you this story, okay? Let me get my glass of water because, boy, oh boy, I'm going to need it. I can just feel it. Okay. Glass, there it is. Water. And while I'm in here, I'm going to wash my hands. Wash my hands at the beginning of the Trendy Show. Everybody should wash their hands. Everybody keep washing your hands. Hey, man, we don't have much. But let's just use what we got, all right? I haven't come into contact with any people today at all, but I'm still going to wash my hands because I touched things that other people have touched. So, there you go, like my shovel, you know? All right, there's my water, both that. All right. So, 7:10. It's 7:10. So I got the cages up, and I took Rogan back up. No, I took Rogan back up to the top of the yard. Hey, Alan. And I chained him up to a bamboo pole, not very strong, and then I got on the quad, and I got the trailer and put air in the tire of the trailer that goes behind the quad because the tire's bad. Yes, Philip, you're unblocked. And I put air in the tire, and then I hooked it up, and then I drove the trailer all the way up to my compost pile up the mountain behind my house. Then I went and got Rogan, and then I brought him up to where the compost pile was. I know this is a long fucking story, but I did a lot of work. So I'm just going to tell you everything I did. I got to the compost pile. The shovel was down in the grow, so I had to leave Rogan up there, and I had to go downstairs to get the shovel. Went down all the way down to the grow, got the shovel, walked all the way back up, and then I put 8 plastic square pots in my trailer, and then I undid I tied Rogan up to the run that I have right there by the compost pile that Mark made for me. He made a run for me, and then I uncovered the compost pile, and then I started shoveling compost into those 8 plastic bins inside my trailer. And Rogan was playing. I gave him some slack so he could come over and play. There's a potato plant growing in there. I fucking was shoveling and looking at, oh my God, while I was in there, while I was doing the compost, I was thinking about y'all. And I was thinking about how I'm doing things that you guys have no idea what goes on sometimes when you're farming or when you're growing, even if it's on I'm doing it on a very small scale, but it's still a lot of work. And if you want to do it right and you want your plants to be huge, you know, I say when we're talking, it's easy. You put a fucking seed in the soil, you water it, you get sunlight, and you grow. It's fucking easy. But if you want to grow big and you want to grow smart and you want to learn all the things, you can get very complicated. It could take up your entire life if you let it, or it could take a part of your life and you could grow pretty damn good, or you could take up just a little part of your life, you use automation, still grow awesomely, or you could neglect it and you still have some buds. You know, it's up to you how much attention you want to pay to your grow and how much of your time you want to spend in there. Bro, if I spent every hour of every day in that grow, those plants would be insane. My grow would look insane. I've got other things to do. I do 3 live shows, blah, 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 throughout the day. I'm not just focused on a grow. So understand, it's the amount of time that you can put in. You will reflect on your grow unless you're smart or unless you're using automation or unless you really know what you're doing. The thing is, I mean, it's great to have a hobby to take up your time. Maybe that's what you want it for. Maybe you want to spend all your time gardening, and that makes you feel great, and that's good. It does make you feel good. At the same time, maybe you got other shit you want to do. Maybe you want to get on a computer and play video games with a friend or something. That's fair. So you learn how to do these things, automations. They take all of the lengthy, time-consuming tasks away from gardening. I'm telling you, I go out there, I do this once a year, guys. I'm exhausted, but I only have to do it once a year. I only have to go out to that compost pile, fill up those bins one time, take them down to that grow, fortify my soil, amend the soil, right? And I'm good for the whole freaking year, man. In fact, after this year, I'm gonna start composting right into the pots down there. So I figured, why should I have a compost pile up here? I've got 6 pots. I could compost in all 6 of these pots. All I have to do is keep watering it. And that's another thing we're going to talk about in this conversation. We're going to talk about what I was doing with the watering today, which is a big deal. Okay? Let's get high. Shall we? Anything that would make it taste and smell like burnt rubber. My friend's dad bought a bunch and it was garbage. I turned it myself. Burnt rubber terps. Yeah. Uh-huh. That's some shit that was made with something that didn't have terps in it. Yep. It was made with alcohol. You know, and they didn't do it quick enough, and they took all the... Sure, man. Burnt rubber. Yep. You can fuck it up like that. Most likely, hopefully, it's not toxic or tainted with something bad. I would throw the whole goddamn batch away. Personally. I know it sucks. Why the fuck would your dad buy a bunch of something that tastes like burnt rubber? You know? He didn't get to taste it first and he just decided to buy a whole bunch of it? Oh, they got a full refund. Oh, good. Oh, they got a full refund. Okay, well, that's good. Well, if they got a refund, okay, good. What you can do with that profound sound, fucking make trendy paint oil out of it. You make a whole bunch of trendy paint oil out of it. Here you go. Here you go, bro. Make trendy paint oil out of it. You've got the base. All you got to do is heat it up to 275 degrees, which they probably already fucking did. That shit's probably way past decarboxylated. But go ahead, heat it up to 275 degrees for a few minutes anyway, and you've got the base for trendy paint oil, bro. 15 drops of that with 15 drops of coconut oil mixed together into make 50-50 mix, and then put that in 1 ounce of coconut oil and add 1%, 16 drops or so of peppermint oil, and you're done. Boom. Coconut oil, peppermint oil, and you've got the active ingredient. Yeah, but make sure you activate the concentrate and make sure you pre-mix it with your coconut oil before you put it in your main mix. Always pre-mix first. Okay? That way it'll go right in there and you won't have to worry about it separating. And trendy paint oil will separate slightly. You'll see some of them will get a little bit of brown on the bottom sometimes, but the better that I make it, the better that I mix it, the less you'll see that. Even if it's high percentage, which all the black label stuff is. And this white label is high percentage too. It's been refilled. Haven't been around in a year or so. Profound right on. Josh Benson. Boom recipe. Boom recipe. One more time. 98% coconut oil, 1% peppermint oil, 1% or more activated THC oil. You could go all the way up to 50% THC oil if you want, guys. You know, if it's not working for you, try stronger. But I have very few people tell me that the paint oil doesn't work on pain. Hey, Soccer Lou Mike! What's up, buddy? I was talking about you yesterday. Actually, I was talking about your girl. But, hey, full disclosure here. Hey, I wasn't talking shit. I'm just saying, you got a pretty lady there, pal. That's all I'm saying. Hey, no offense. No offense. Your main talent must be multitasking. Just wait till I tell you what I did today, guys. Just wait. We're just getting started. Wait till I tell you what I did in the freaking grow. All right? The plants are not in yet. The plants are not in, but my soil is alive, and that's important, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the watering and waking up your mycorrhizae. Okay? Oh, you're laughing at me? You're laughing at me because you got a pretty girl, huh? All right, no law regarding cannabis. Cannabis isn't Israel. Cheers, everybody. David, you get it to 275 degrees. Get it to 275 degrees. That activates it, decarboxylates it. Woo! Yeah, I'll be over first thing in the morning to take those beams down. Psst. I said, I'll see you in 3 days. Do I know Mark or do I know Mark? There wasn't any way I was going to walk in and out of there with those fucking beams like that. I was not going to do that. That was the very first thing I did. I took those beams down. So, then I brought the 8 containers in the trailer on my quad down the mountain, down to the grow. Well, first I went down to the driveway. I had to release the dog. I had to tie him up, right? And then I had to bring the stuff down. Then I had to bring the dog down into the grow. Then I had to tie him up inside the grow. Then I had to bring that. Michael Sloan, give me your address. I'll send you some, bro. Then I pulled the quad into the grow and I started carrying the 8. Now remember, I only have 6 pots, so I carried the 8 containers of soil. They're 4 to 5 4.5 gallon square pots full of live compost, vegetable compost soil, sprouting potato roots all inside it. I mean, this shit is alive. It's alive. So you have to treat it like it's alive, right? Think of your compost soil like you would a fish in an aquarium. Now, you wouldn't let the water evaporate out of your fish's aquarium. You would add water every day, wouldn't you? Well, just think of those mycorrhizae as little tiny fish, and they love water and they live in water. So when that soil becomes sand, your mycorrhizae will die. Okay, it will die. If you put your hand down in that soil and there's no moisture and it just comes up powder, you've got nothing living in there. Now, if you wet it down, magic will happen. That mycorrhizae down there will come back to life. It will become active again. But it's the water that activates it. And when you're watering once a week or so, you water a whole bunch on there and then you're going to water a few days later or whatever, your soil's drying out. It's the worst thing you can do. My technique involves watering 2 to 3 times a day with a timer. It's a very cheap timer. Rain Drip makes it. It's $29. And when you consider all the time that you will spend watering, and if let's say you're going to pay yourself $15 an hour to go water your own plants, you know how quick you'd pay for that timer when you consider how much time you spend pouring water, right? You want to keep those microbacteria alive in the root zone. You want to keep water down there. Now, I know what you're thinking. The first thing you're going to think is, wait, those roots need to breathe. They need oxygen. If I keep it wet, how are they going to get air? And I'm glad you asked that. What you need to do is put a lot of perlite in your soil. That creates space. It holds water, but it also creates pockets for air. And it doesn't matter how much water you pour in there, it's never going to completely flood that soil as long as it's draining out the bottom. Now you got a dish on the bottom and the dish is filling up with water. You're not draining out. You think you are, but you're not. That water creates a stop in that pan. If you're using a drip pan, you need to make sure that the water is dripping. If that water starts rising in the drip pan, you're creating a pool of water, at least at that height, most likely much higher where there is no air, and you will rot your roots. You can't do that. You need to have drainage. You water all the time, but you gotta have drainage, 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 because that's where you get your air from. Okay? Your mycorrhizae, they need the air too. So, how fun is this? I take the pots. I told you, they're live, they're alive. It's like fish, right? I put each pot on a 4-gallon pot on a 250-gallon pot, right? You got to be thinking this. Bro, you've got 250 gallons of dirt. You're only going to put 4 gallons, 5 gallons max of compost soil in all of that area, and that's going to fucking help your fucking plants grow? Let me explain to you how it works. And this is something that I've never talked about before. We were talking about keeping things wet like a fish in an aquarium. Okay, I started watering my pots 2 months ago. There's no plants in them. I turned my water timer on 2 fucking months ago. That means every once in a while I'd be taking a shower and I noticed my water pressure would go down a little bit because that would turn on or it would be on. And there was a reason for that. I was filling my aquarium. Okay? Now, I didn't water all year, and I should have. I really should have. I shouldn't have turned it off at all. And the reason why I turned my water off was because it got very rainy. I didn't have a roof over it. There was no roof. And I thought, I'll just let the rain soak it and keep it wet and blah, 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 blah. That's the wrong attitude. And that rain does not soak into that dirt like that. You have to get like a Florida-style rain every day. Then you're okay. This is not a Florida-style rain. It's fucking drizzle. The water sits on top. It soaks in maybe an inch. It dissipates or it finds channels down. But it does not saturate that pot. So here's what you need to do. You need to turn the fucking timer on year-round and keep that soil alive year-round. If you're not growing in that soil, you have to imagine you want to keep the soil alive. Don't worry about the plant not being in there. Keep watering it. If you're using a timer, you're not going to have a problem. I know we never talked about that before, and it's not on my website. But why wouldn't you water your soil like you water your compost pile? You can't keep a tarp over your plant. Okay? You tarp your compost pile. That keeps the moisture in. That encourages the bacterial growth, but it blocks out the light. Compost doesn't need light at all. It does not need light. It does great in the dark. It has plants and trees over the top. The sunlight generally doesn't hit the soil. And if you get right to the base of a cedar tree where the leaves are so thick that there is no sunlight that ever gets to the base of that tree, you go around and you dig at the bottom of that tree, you're going to find the healthiest, fucking richest, dankest soil. And it's going to be teeming with this mycorrhizal bacteria activity that I'm telling you about naturally. And you got to be wondering, wait a minute, it's not getting any light. No, you know what it's getting? It's getting water and air all night long. That's transpiring. During the day, it doesn't transpire. Once the sun comes out, it gets warm, the transpiration stops. Nighttime comes along, the water, if you don't know what transpiration is, I'll explain it really fast. It's fucking cool as fuck, and that's why when you go to the base of a big tree, you'll find this incredible soil. It's all part of this ecosystem. The tree creates an entire society, a community of life, and almost all of the life that you see from a tree is underground. You think it's all up in the branches, and there's a lot. There's insects, and there's birds, and there's squirrels, and there's wild cats and fucking owls, and birds of prey and all that shit. Lizards, snakes, sure. Go down under the soil. That's where that's where the numbers are. Okay? And what's going on? Water comes into the ground. via rain, via underwater channels, aquifers, wherever. It runs downhill. It's there. It's raining. The water's there, okay? Goes into the ground. A giant tree sucks that water up, okay? And as that water goes up to the top of the tree in the early morning, you know, anytime after midnight, 1 o'clock, it starts happening. It literally starts raining out of the tree. Now, you might not notice that in the form of raindrops. That water dissipates as it falls, and it becomes a mist. And if you're in tune, and there's not like a lot of noise, and there's not a lot of wind, and you're in tune with humidity and things like that, when you walk up to one of these giant trees, you will feel the temperature drop, and you will feel the humidity rise, and you, my friend, are inside that community. You're feeling the... Think of a town where a rainstorm comes over, and the rain is coming, and there's a town, and there's massive amounts of crops, and they're getting water, whatever. You're in a miniature version of that. And the tree is the leaves up above, that canopy, those are the clouds, and they're acting almost the exact same way. Water. And it's the movement of water. The trees are sucking it in, it's going to the top, and then it's falling back down to the ground. And that soil down there is sucking that water in, and that mycorrhizal growth is swimming around in it constantly. And that tree, the one I'm thinking of as I'm telling you this, that tree is 8 feet at the base, and it's still growing, and it's going to keep growing, and it's giant, and it's 120 feet tall. The tree is 120 feet tall. You know, so I've got these all over my yard. You know, I got these giant trees, and I've got these systems going on. So I understand. I've experienced it myself. I've actually taken video of the transpiration, the raindrops coming out of the trees in the morning. And I'm like, look, the sun is up. It's a blue sky, but look at the raindrops coming out of this tree. You know, you catch it 6 o'clock in the morning when you go out there. And, you know, on a nice moist day, it's so prominent. I want to create that exact same thing in my soil. So I take my soil, my 4-gallon pot, and I set each pot right in the center of each 250-gallon pot. Okay. Then I take the watering hose that goes, hey Tammy, that goes into each one of my pots. And I put that in the top of the 4 or 5-gallon pot that is now sitting in the center. I'll take a video. I'll make a video. I'll take pictures so you guys can see this. Okay. Now, those 2 extra pots, I put them on top of the the 250-gallon pots. So the 2 center ones have 2 pots double-deckered on. They've got a water hose on the top. So what's going on? The water turns on, and now, remember those 4-gallon pots I told you were full of live, like fish swimming, right? Now, I set my timer so it goes every 4 hours, and it's going to water for 15 minutes or 20 minutes, every 4 hours, all day, all night now. Every 4 hours, my timer's going to go off. What's that going to do? Well, I already ran it for it's probably running right now. I ran it for 90 minutes to start it. Flooded my pots. Okay. That water flowed through those pots or over the top of the pots, down into them, and down in the 250-gallon pots. Okay. It's soaking the whole thing. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that do that for a day or two. And I'm going to move the pots out of the way. I'm going to dig me a hole in each one of those. And I'm just going to dump those pots right into that hole, right into the center. I'm going to try to get a nice, low, maybe 7, 8 inches deep, and a big area. I'm going to put my mycorrhizae in there, my vegetable compost. And you know what's going to happen? Because it's all wet, and it's already I've already put in all of my bone meal and blood meal and bat guano and alfalfa meal, and I put in a whole bunch of mycorrhizae. I added all kinds of other things too. You know, it's all listed trendyadsdabbers.com under the link that says grow 4 pounds. But I added all that already. So now that I've been watering for 2 months, and I add the vegetable compost in that one center of each one, that mycorrhizae, that active mycorrhizae, it's just going to spread like a virus. And it's going to go all through my soil, all through the water. It's all going to soak in, and the whole pot, the 250-gallon pot, will become an active, basically, think of a Petri dish that you take the walls down in a bigger container, and then it spreads. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And because I've already got my water in there, that mycorrhiza's got someplace to go. And as it grows and it expands and it looks for places to go, it's got 250 gallons now to explore. I put my plants in there. They've already got the live mycorrhizae in them too. They've already got the live, watered every day, active vegetable compost in each one of my plants. They're fucking huge. And they're ready to go. Did you guys see the video? You guys see the video from this morning? I'll show you. Oh my God, Jimmy Dore Show just contacted me on Twitter. Holy shit. Holy shit. They want my address. They want my mailing address. Oh my God. They just sent this a few minutes ago. On Twitter. On Twitter. Jimmy Dore Show's contacting me on Twitter. What? I told you guys. From Jimmy's account. It's Ruby. She says, hey, this is Ruby. It's Ruby, but she's on Jimmy Dore's account. Did you just PM me? That's why I tell people not to private message me, Michael. So when my buddy from high school, the guy that I grew up with since I was a baby, this fucking nursery fucking school, wants to PM me, I'll get the fucking message, and it's not some bullshit. I can't wait to respond, Michael. Here, let me see. Oh, you messaged me on the wrong account. You gotta message me on the right account. Let me make sure. Yeah, it's the one. It's the one of me wearing all black with the black do-rag on my head, doing a dab, Michael. That's the one. That's my account. That's the one you should contact me on. Where's my water? Dude, what is going on here? I was gonna tell you something about the water. It's so exciting. Right? I set the timer, and the water came on, and I went down there, and the water is filling up each pot, and it's overflowing. Some of them it's overflowing, and some of them it's filling up and it's filtering through. And you know how those pots have holes that go out every direction? Just imagine those things are perfect distributors of water in the middle of that pot to put the water out in every direction. So you just level off the pot, and then the water goes out in every direction. I didn't get your nun video. The video from this morning. Oh, right. Sean Feeney, thank you for paying attention. Right. If you follow me on Twitter, you'd see this already.
Hey guys,
Nays High School.
Sorry, I'm having a hard time holding my phone. I've been in here working, and I wanted you guys to see the vegetative growth here. That's the tomato plant, and these are the pole beans and the zucchinis, and I've already got a zucchini growing. Several of them actually. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it down in there, but it's right there. It's probably about 6 inches long, and it's already edible. So I'm really excited about that, producing edible vegetables in here. Here's another zucchini down here growing. The pole beans are doing really well. Here's a pole bean growing right here. And I've got, of course, if you look, here's one I can pick off right here. Here's a beautiful one here. Look at this. I'm getting good at doing this with my thumbnail. You got to slice it on the bean. Look at this one, guys. Look at that bean.
What? Look at that bean. What?
I couldn't be happier.
Look at that bean. I ate that this morning. That was my breakfast.
Are ready to go outside. I just have to put the compost in the pots and then put the plants in the pots, and I'm ready. I just haven't done it yet. I need to just...
Look at how tall those cannabis trees are, man.
You can see they're all the way up in the lights. They're they're probably 4 feet tall. They're a foot off the ground, and they're over my head. So they might even be taller than 4 feet, actually. We'll see when we put them in the pots. But they're very healthy, and they're very good. We've got Sweet Afghani Delicious.
They're very good.
Jack Herer and Alien Overlord in here. Alien Overlords are down there. They're lower, but they're going in too, so they're going to have to play some catch up. But that's where we're at. I wanted you guys to see the grow and see how good it's looking. So, yeah, man, Nays High School. I hope you guys are getting something out of these videos. Please retweet this if you are. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye. TrendyAsDowers.com.
So Twitter, Trendy As Dabbers on Twitter. Make sure you retweet that stuff. That's all called Nays High School. If you type in Nays, hey Ben, if you type in Nays High School, all the videos will come right up. I'm scratching my leg, right? Without even thinking about it, it itches. And what I need to do is put my pain oil on it instead of rip my skin. Look what I just did to my leg, not even thinking about it. Look at that. See that? I wasn't even thinking about it. I just started scratching my leg. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my trendy pain oil on there. Instead of scratch it. That made all that dry skin. If you saw all that dry skin that I just scratched off and looked all itchy and shit, it's all gone now. With just one application of trendy pain oil. Now, let me tell you, I get hives. This makes my hives stop instantly. I just have to use it. I know if I use it, my hives will stop itching. I think I found the correct one. Oh, good, good, yeah. Did you just text me? Because I think I just got a text. You're going to be set, and the trees look fire. Guys, wait till you see those freaking plants. I'm going to spray them again before I put them down there. Make sure I don't go in there with aphids. I think I have to bring 2 more lights over. It's a little hard to work with the dog out there. He makes it really challenging. You know, I could get so much done if I didn't have the dog. It's like he's very distracting, and he you know, he always wants to be wherever I am, or he runs away. You know, one or the other. It's like I would love if I could just let him run behind me and follow me around and just be my little buddy, but he's not like that. And sometimes he wants to be right there, and then he wants to get involved in whatever you're doing, and he wants to bite at whatever it is you're working on, you know? Like he tries to attack shit. Like I'll be lifting a beam up and he thinks he can bite the beam. And I'll tell him, no, this isn't something you can bite. But god damn, it's hard, man. It's like I'm just trying to, I got so much shit to do. I'm trying to train this dog all at the same time. At the most, it runs away and wants to be there at the most. Right, Greg? It does what it wants. Rogan does what he wants. He is, he's a force to be reckoned with, though. He does this thing now where if he's in the grow or if he's in his pen and I'm approaching him with his leash because I want to like take him out, he runs away from me. I'm like, really, dude? We're gonna leave. I'm ready to go, and he'll be like, no. Where are you gonna? What are you gonna tie me to this time? I tie him to all kinds of shit. You know, wherever I'm working, or otherwise he needs to be nearby, or he'll freak out. And if I don't have him on that leash, he'll be right under my feet. And I'm always worried, like I'm gonna put him in a bad position. Yeah, he is a free range dog, bro, but I don't have the range for him to be free on, man. I gotta lock his ass down. I gotta lock his ass down on fucking lockdown. You guys want to see what my leg looks like now? Check this out. Trendy pain oil 3 minutes later after putting it on. You can see where I was scratching. I made it bleed. Totally stopped scratching it. All that itchy, flaky skin is gone. Look how fast I rip my skin apart, man. God. Oh, fucking, I do so much damage to my freaking leg. Yeah, I still got the fish. Yeah, I got no time. I got no time, man. I got no time for the fish. It's grow season, man. It's goddamn April 14th, man. It's goddamn grow season. It's time to put plants in the ground. It's time to put 5 foot tall plants in the ground. I could do it today, man. I could put my whole goddamn grow down there today. All I have to do is make a small hole, put the vegetable compost in, make the other hole, and then drop each plant in. See, when you got lights in your greenhouse, you can put them in anytime you want. Well, Greg, that sounds like a personal problem to me. If you do it the right way, the way I tell you to do it, you can put your plants in today. That's why, Greg, that's why you watch my show. Just a few more weeks. Yeah, 6 is way more than a few, bro. You're losing. Dude, 6 weeks of sunlight is enough to kill a man. Let me tell you. I have a separate room for veg plants and clones. Oh, that's good. And I like the show. Oh, you better like the goddamn show. You're going to grow better every time you watch it. I promise you. I take every bit of knowledge that I've learned from every grower and every source that I've ever found, and I fucking try to share them with you. This keeping the soil alive thing, this watering year-round thing, this is my thing, guys. This is what I've learned. You know, I didn't get that from any book. You know, nobody told me to water my empty fucking pots. You're watching the right guy, I'm telling you. If the shit that I say to you makes sense, it's for a goddamn good reason. I've been paying a lot of attention. My plants are getting really, really good every year, man. I'm telling you, when I'm growing my plants, I'm just like, dude, if I'd only done this and that and that and not been lazy, you know, fuck. My last grow, I told my girl, she gave me this is true, you can ask anybody. I said, you give me the worst plants you got, honey. She's like, really? She questioned me. I said, yeah. I mean, the ones that you think might die. Give me the six worst plants you have. I took those 6 plants, and dude, that Jack Herer plant was that big. It had 1 leaf on it. It was that big. What? Look what I did with that fucking sprout. That almost died. I nursed it. Ask Donna. That thing fucking almost died in the garage. I nursed it and I nursed it and I nursed it and I nursed it. You know why? Because it was the only scrap of Jack Herer we had left. And I said, I gotta grow that strain out. And now I got it all over my grow. I got Jack Herer fucking everywhere. I got so many Jack Herer plants. So not trying to sit here and waste your time. It is 4:20 in Newfoundland, and I do want to smoke with you. So I'm so sorry if you guys feel like I'm a little boring today or whatever. I'm telling you, a lot of people come in and complain and say, "Oh, you only talk about politics. You never talk about growing." Where the fuck are those douchebags right now? You know? Why don't you come in and complain right now? This is exactly the type of show that I do from time to time. That's why you guys should watch every show. You know, I can't talk about growing every show because I do 3 shows a day. Do you know a grower that does 3 shows a day? Do you know a grower that does 3 shows a day and all they do is talk about growing all day? It was fucking, dude, come on. I've got a life. All right? It's other than growing, and so do you guys. I think it would be boring if that's all I talked about. But I'm here for you, and we can always talk about it whenever you need to hear about it. All right, no law regarding cannabis. Cheers, everybody. Cannabis isn't just for all. Yeah, that's not Jack Herer. You don't have Jack Herer, Chef Josh. Sorry to tell you, buddy. You got ripped off. Sounds like you got grapefruit. But that ain't no fucking Jack, bro. Jack does not smell like grapefruit. And it doesn't smell like skunk at all. You got the wrong shit. Skittles, that's a good strain. Well, yeah, I mean, grapefruit's good for some people. I don't like the fucking taste of grapefruit. You know, if you put some fruit in front of me, you put a watermelon or an orange or grapefruit, the last thing I'm going to have is a fucking grapefruit. I think grapefruits taste like shit. So if you tell me your cannabis smells and tastes like grapefruit, I'm going to be like, oh, I hate fucking grapefruit. I do. I fucking hate it. You know? It's like the shitty kind of fruit. It's like the shittiest kind of fruit I can almost think of. It's next to honeydew and cantaloupe. I would eat grapefruit before I'd eat honeydew and cantaloupe. I fucking hate those two as well. Fucking hate it. Kiwi, all that shit. I fucking hate it. Any of the passion fruits. Ugh, I fucking hate them. I don't like grapefruit. Yeah, grapefruit. Ugh. I mean, it's like saying, "Hey man, I've got cannabis. It smells like dog shit. It's fantastic." That's basically what I heard. When you said that, that's basically what I heard. Cuz I've got a thing about grapefruit. I don't like it. I fucking hate it, as a matter of fact. I fucking hate it. There's a good thing about a grapefruit strain though. And if somebody is pushing a grapefruit smelling strain on you and telling you it's Jack Herer, Chef Josh, number one, you've been ripped off. Number two, it was for good reason, because the grapefruit strains produce a lot. So these growers that are trying to push grapefruit strains on people, claiming it's Tangy, claiming it's Jack Herer, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're doing that because they've got a strain that produces a lot. Those grapefruit strains, it's one of the largest producers out there. Grapefruit. It's one of the largest producers. You're just getting ripped off by somebody, bro. That's all. It could be a seed. I don't know if you got the seeds. You probably got the seeds from a seed company or something. They're just fucking ripping you off. That shit should smell like sweet candy lemons, bro. There should be no mistaking it. When you open up your fucking Jack Herer, it's sweet, inviting candy lemon. And I'm not talking pine sol. I'm talking fucking lemon, like sweet lemonade. With fucking, like lemon drops, candies. And if you're not smelling lemon drop candies in your Jack Herer, you don't have fucking Jack Herer. I guarantee it. I've smelled Jack Herer all over the world. I've smelled Jack Herer in Amsterdam. And let me tell you something. You never forget that smell. You will never, nothing else smells like it. There's other Jack strains that have that in the back and similar and whatever. Yeah, sure. But that's because they've got Jack in them. Nothing else smells like Jack Herer. They were free seeds. Oh, yeah, they didn't know what the fuck. Oh, here's some Jack Herer seeds. The free seeds. Bro, Chef Josh, do yourself a favor. Go to Gorilla Seed Bank or to any seed bank and get yourself some legit Jack Herer and grow it. And you'll come back and you will thank me. You will be like, bro, that Jack Herer, it's like muffins of lemon candy. You know how brownies smell? Like moist? Imagine that brownie smell, that moistness in with your lemon drops. Outdoor grown. Candy. Fucking straight candy, son. Man, when I got anybody here smoking this shit, they're just like, what's that one? I'm like, that's the Jack Herer. They're like, damn. Oh, grapevine? Oh, I'll take grapes, John. Yeah, don't send me grapefruit. I take grape. I love grapes. I don't like grape flavored cannabis, but I love grapes. I would love to grow a small vineyard if I would love to have a small vineyard here. Very small, just a few fences. I wouldn't want to clear an area because vineyards are devastating on the landscape. What they do, man. God, I'm sitting here smelling this. I'm really enjoying it. I know you would too. Chef Josh, where do you live? Chef Josh. When's the last time I played music? Last night? Did I play my guitar last night? Yeah, I played my guitar last night, right? What did I do? I should learn Hangar 18, like, finally learn the goddamn song. I should learn it. Be too picky around here. Ohio. Oh. Man, you guys remember I told you this shit was dry and it needed to hydrate? I took some big, beautiful buds and I put them in a container. I closed them. I didn't add water or anything. They hydrated themselves. This is smooth and it's not crunchy and it's spongy. Spongy. And looks sticky. Look at that. Outdoor. What? 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 Sticky buds? Outdoor? Loveliness. We'll call this one top of the hour. We'll call this one top of the hour. Yeah. We'll call this one top of the hour. For you. Top of the hour. Top of the hour. For you. Just notice I'm using the same lighter. Red and all. Mine is made by a company called Neon. It says Neon on it. Neon. No law regarding cannabis. Cannabis has autisms for all. Cheers to all of you. Let's all get high and be enthralled. Cheers. But you got to keep it closed. Maybe turn it upside down. That'd really hydrate it. Cool. I think this will keep the moisture in. Just turning it upside down. You know, anything that rises up in there, humidity-wise, can't get out through there. You know, it might be able to leak through this, but if it's rising, it's just going to keep rehydrating the buds, I think. I think I'm going to turn these upside down from now on. It's going to be my new jams. My new jams. Speaking of my new jams. Dude, I should call the mail place. What day is today? Yep, I should call the mail place and see if my guitar arrived. She said she'd call me though. She said, I'd call you. Don't call us, we'll call you. Hey, it's Ben. I'm good. Did that thing arrive? Okay. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. They're backed up. Sure, and they're probably losing people. Okay. Cool. Thank you, hon. Okay. Take care. All right. Bye. So, it's not there yet. It's really grapefruity. That's grapefruit, bro. You've literally got the strain grapefruit, and it's totally, I understand why people would have it because it's a high yielder. It is if you guys like grapefruit flavor in your cannabis, you want to smoke that flavor, you want to taste it and smell it and all that shit. Grapefruit tastes and smells just like fucking grapefruit. There's no sweetness to it. It's sour and it tastes like fucking grapefruit. And it's dead on. It's one of the most accurate flavors of a cannabis strain that I've ever smoked personally. There's a few that stand out, Banana Kush and most of the banana strains. The banana strawberry, what was it? Strawberry watermelon, where you smoke these strains and you're like, it tastes just like it's called. Strawberry cough. Strawberry cough is, you're just like, what? You're like, how did they do that? This orange ooze I've got, when you taste it and it's like burnt oranges, it's like orange peels, and you're just like, whoa. Those are strains, and the grapefruit one is one of the most accurate. Oh, yeah, blueberry. Thank you. One of my favorites. Have a hard time finding a good one. You're right. The blueberries are dead on accurate. Some of those blueberries are fucking crazy. The flavor. Like blueberry Pop-Tarts, blueberry muffins, or straight fucking blueberries. Blueberry pie. And then there's the cherry pie. What was that other cherry one? The first cherry one that came out, I think it was cherry pie. No. Cherry Pez. Cherry Pez. Oh my God, man. There are some strains out there that the flavors are really, really prominent. And yeah, that grapefruit one is dead on grapefruit, man. When you get grapefruit, you know it. Because it's fucking grapefruit. It smells like it. It tastes like it. It smokes like it. And if you like grapefruit, you're in heaven. Because you found your jams, If you have grapefruit every morning with breakfast, and you want to have a little grapefruit smoke along with it, welcome back, Soccer Lou Mike. I don't even want to know where you've been. Wig Splitta, Emerald Jack. I haven't heard of that one. Mango. No, Jennifer, I don't like mango, and I've had mango haze, and I don't like any of the passion fruit flavored cannabises. I don't like anything that tastes like a passion fruit. Not a fan. My buddy gave me mango. One of the first strains I grew was mango haze. Turnip strain. Turnip. Right on like garlic, Billy. Like the garlic strain, like the turnip strain, right? Ugh. Why bother, It's called garlic for a reason. Stay the fuck away from it. Hey, Aaron. Good afternoon, sir. Wig Splitter, Emerald Triangle, Steve. Had mango buds, was way too sweet. I'm back. Grapefruit juice, fried eggs, and cannabis, usually what I have for breakfast. David C. Baker Jr. Hey, David C. Baker Jr. That's nice, man. It sounds like a good breakfast. Grapefruit juice, fried eggs, and cannabis. Garlic cannabis kills vampires. Delay? Sorry about before. I was hammered. Kev, I have no idea what you're talking about. Delay? It's probably for the best. Dude, I got a message from goddamn Jimmy Dore, the Jimmy Dore Show on Twitter. Oh my God, what? What? Dude, I told you guys. Twitter's where it's at, man. So, there's a guy on Twitter. His name is, look, it's a black atheist. That's his name on Twitter. Look, it's a black atheist. I sent him a couple of masks. He hasn't got them yet. I'm waiting to hear back. There he is. Oh no, that's not him. One hour ago? Did Donald Trump already do that press conference? 2 o'clock. Is it still going? It's probably not still going. No, I can't still be going. Press conference doesn't last that long. Not tweeting. I wish tweeting at me. No, not tweeting at me. No, sent me a private message on Twitter. I wish they're tweeting at me on Twitter. Oh my God. I wish they were tweeting at me on Twitter. No. They sent me a private message. They asked me for my address. The press conference is still going? I don't want to lose my live stream. You guys fill me in. How's it going? Oh my God. Here, maybe I'll just click on it. 10 minutes ago. Wow. You guys, look at this tweet. I want you guys to read this tweet. Like I said, it's not gonna unseat Donald Trump. But just look at it. Donald Trump schedule: February 1st, golf; February 2nd, golf; February 10th, rally; February 15th, golf and fundraiser; February 18th, fundraiser; February 19th, rally and fundraiser; February 20th, rally; 21st, rally; 28th, rally; 2nd, rally; 6th, March 6th, fundraiser; March 7th, golf; March 8th, golf and fundraiser; March 9th, fundraiser. Isn't that fucking crazy, guys? That's gotta piss you the fuck off. Man, that's gotta piss you the fuck off. It took them that long to stop doing all that shit. I wonder how many people got that virus because they went to a Trump rally. Jimmy Dore's going live right now. What? Dude, I wish I had all the bandwidth in the world. I'd bring up Jimmy Dore and we'd talk some shit. I love you guys. Boom. Boom. Jimmy Dore show just started 2 minutes ago. It's only got 386 viewers. You want to guys see something fun? Watch that number go up. 386. Watch this. $372. It went down. You know why? People are like, it's, oh, I'll be back in 20 minutes when it starts. I'll be back in 20 minutes when it starts. Oh, Anthony, he's a big boy. He can speak for himself. What do you mean I'm funny? Funny how? What kind of funny exactly? What do you mean funny? Yeah, you said it. I know what you said. You said I'm funny. Funny how? Dude, that number 485, that shit's gonna be fucking 15,000 people today, I bet. I bet he hits 15,000 people. JDS hits 15K viewers live today. Oh, I had to wait 40 seconds before I could post that. Slow mode. Dude, Jimmy Dore, man. Jimmy Dore's going live. Woo! You can't get any better. You go from a Trinity As Dabber show to a fucking Jimmy Dore show. You guys got your whole day hooked up. And it's 4:20. What? Quarter of the hour right now, but we got 4:20 in a second. What? 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 Why? Why and what? Jimmy Dore is going to be live. Hey, where'd all my freaking viewers go? I lost all my freaking viewers here. At first I had a whole bunch, and now they're all freaking gone. Look at this. Look at this. Where'd they all go? They went running off. Yeah, they went running off. They got fucked at the drive-thru. That's what happened. I told you, you get fucked at the drive-thru. They fucked you at the drive-thru. They fucked you at the drive-thru. That's what they did. They fucked you at the drive-thru. Yo, shut up. Sit down. Eat your freaking tuna sandwich. I don't eat tuna. I'm not going to eat this. Yo, shut up, yo. All right, no longer regarding cannabis. Cannabis is just for all. Quarter of the hour. That's the noise Mark makes when he's trying to get Rogan's attention outside. He's like, blah, 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 blah. Rogan comes running over to him, though, every time. It's hilarious. All right, cheers. Dude, quit spelling shit for me, you fucking pieces of shit. No. I got this. Boom. Boom. Trendy as doubters. Can a live show 3 times daily. Hello, Ruby. I bet JDS hits 15K live viewers today. Please share, everyone, and hit thumbs ups. Bro, it's still 11 minutes until it starts, and look how many viewers he's already got. There's nothing to watch. There's almost 1,000 people watching the fucking splash screen. 1,000 people. Dude, I have watched this channel fucking grow for years. I've just watched him go and go and go, and it's fucking crazy what goes on now. They've got to slow the chat way down, so you're only allowed... Oh, it's 420. Happy 420. Oh, it's 420. Hey, it's 420, everybody. I saw it on the Jimmy Dore Show. Happy 420, everybody. Cheers. No law regarding cannabis. Still 420. Here, Robin. Lonely is the night when you find yourself alone. You sing songs about being lonely. It's kind of right. You're on your own. Ow, 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 wow, man, ow, bow, bow, wow, wow, wow. Well, bow, 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 bow. Got that right there. There's that. There's a little water. Water here. I'm telling you, after I was done working today, I was tired. I had to go lay down in bed. I can't remember. It's 2:40. So I laid in bed for what, 20 minutes? What time did I start the show? 3:20. So I laid in bed for like 30 minutes, something like that. And I feel a lot better. I was, like I said, I wasn't tired. I just laid there and let my muscles relax. My whole body was aching. I was being very active, but man, I'm so excited to have those pots ready. I can't wait to go down there with my camera and take pictures for you guys or make a video. You know, I'll make a video and probably put it up on my Instagram. If you guys are not, Instagram, I'm sorry, Twitter. If you guys are not following me on Twitter, you're not getting to see all the grow updates. You really need to get over there to Twitter and follow Trendy As Dabbers on Twitter just for the grow updates. And then, yeah, the Jimmy Dore Show contacted me today and asked me for my address. I could start bringing plants down there so soon. All I got to do is go. I've got a shovel in there. All I have to do is dig the hole, dump the soil in, spread it around. You know, let it settle. I mean, then dig the hole to put the plants in. You know, just dig holes to put plants in, and bring the plants down there. I could bring them down one at a time, so I'd be very careful with them. You know, and just plant them all one at a time. There's not a lot of plants in there, but I figured I'd probably start with the cannabis plants first, plant those first, and then move on to the vegetables. Now, I really want to get I'm anxious to get the vegetables in there, because those pole beans are just gonna pop, and the tomatoes are gonna pop. Oh my god! Oh my god, they're gonna pop if I don't fuck them up when I'm walking them down there. If I don't break the vines, and I don't break the tomato plant. I don't even know if I can get the tomato plant out of the grow. It's huge, you know. If it starts producing a massive amount of tomatoes indoors, I might just leave it indoors and start new ones outside. Point was to have plants ready to cut. Just wasn't expecting her to explode that big. My tomato plant is huge, and it's got lots of tomatoes growing on it already. I don't even know how many. I can't even count how many there are on there. They want to send me a thank you note for all the stuff that I sent them, they said. And I asked, it was Ruby, who is the girl. I believe I hear a girl in the studio with them, and I think that might be her. I'm assuming. I said, "What's your hoodie size?" But she didn't. She didn't text me back on Twitter to tell me, because I was sent her a hoodie too. Oh, nice. Nice strawberry shortcake. Oh, it smells great. Sounds great. I mean, all right, you guys, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go maybe go do something in the grow if I have the energy, or I might just sit here and stare out the window. I don't know. You guys take care. No law regarding cannabis. I'll see you on Twitter and Instagram and Twitter. Trendy As Dabbers. Make sure to go to trendyasdabbers.com to learn how to do all the type of growing stuff I do. And I have to go there and add the part about keeping the soil alive with water and how important that is. I don't know if it says that on there. But when you're growing with 250-gallon pots, you should water all year round, twice a day, even if there's no plants in those pots. Keep that mycorrhizae alive in there. Keep those pots alive. Keep the soil alive. Put all the right things in there, you know. I'll probably do face swap. I don't know. Who would I do? I'm making a list. I wrote the names down on my phone. Jimmy Dore's live in 3.5 minutes. I made a list on my phone. Oh, I already got them. Yeah, I just put Jank and Ben Shapiro. That's all I got. Ben Shapiro is funny because he talks like this. He's a real fucking douchebag. He talks like this. He talks really fast. He's fast. He's fast. He talks like fast. He talks like this. It's for some reason. I don't know where he's from, but he has like some kind of a weird accent. I don't know where he's from, but he sometimes he talks like this. He's almost talks like fucking Rain Man. There's a similarity between the way Ben Shapiro talks and the way Rain Man talks. Ben Shapiro talks. He groups his words together and talks fast. Rain Man groups his words together. Definitely don't want to do that. I definitely don't like that. I definitely don't like that. And Ben Shapiro talks really fast too. And you can see the similarity between different voices that I do. It's funny. It's very easy for me to fall in between Ben Shapiro and Rain Man. You know? You'd rather watch me than Dor? Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. They show that picture. Every show they show that picture that I sent them, and they never thanked me for sending it to them. Here, watch. Oh, it's gonna start in a minute and 23 seconds. Supposedly. Here we go, 30 seconds. Somebody should tell this John Lovitz guy in the chat that he should watch my show for news too. For real news. Might as well check it out. All right, here we go. 4:30. On the nose. Put in the corner like I always do. That'd be funny. Just use my How funny would this be? Yeah, it's just like normal. I wonder what's going on with Jimmy Dore. Start the show, Jimmy. Jimmy, start the show. You gonna come out here? We're getting ready, Jimmy. Get out here, Jimmy. JD. JD, get your butt out here, mister. Yeah, there comes Mark of the driveway. You gotta love security cameras. And motion sensors. There go the motion sensors. Camera got him first. Oh, he's gonna be so relieved that he doesn't have to pull those fucking beams down. That's the first thing he's gonna go try to go do, is go pull those beams down. He's looking right now. He's like, motherfucker, he pulled the beams down. He's looking at it right now. He's backing up. He's backing up. He's like, he pulled the beams down. It's like it never even happened. Like magic. Magic. He's going down there. He's going, that motherfucker pulled those beams off. Yes, I did. Why? Because I'm a doer. I rock. And now he doesn't have to fucking worry about it. It's like he never even did it. Look how long they're going late. I wonder how many people are waiting. Damn! Look how many people are watching this bullshit. $3,300 people, man, getting stood up. Right now there's 3,300 people that are all checking their smartphone wanting to watch this fucking show. And they're making them wait. 3,300 folk. You've got to realize how amazing that is. I'm waiting to watch him. I know, right? Jimmy Dore. I got time to pull him up, bro. On YouTube, shit. I got time pulling up, bro. I got time pulling up, bro. We got Rogan chilling, bro. Drop frame 0. It's gonna go up, man. YouTube's not loading. Boom. Got it. There it is. They're starting. Watch. This photograph that they put up, they got it from me. Watch. Watch. And they altered it. But watch. It shows the garages. It shows 6 garages. Here, watch this. It's right here.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Jimmy Dore Live.
Oh, they didn't do it.
I'm here with the Miserable Liberal. Hi, Miserable. How are you?
Jimmy, I'm doing okay.
They didn't do the intro.
We're on time, believe it or not.
Good. They skipped the intro because they were late. Awesome.
Look, you can't.
That's awesome.
It's getting grayer by
That's
the day.
fair.
Do you see the grays coming in?
I've noticed.
And it's
Dude,
getting
just
very
accept
light on the
just
top.
accept the grays, Jimmy. It's okay, buddy. I'm here
My
for you.
hair's lighter, it looks thinner. So
Do you have to pay to chat on his live
I wear a
stream?
hat.
No, you have to pay if you want them to read your
I'll
chat
wear a wig.
Right? A wig
on
would be
their live
fun.
stream. But no, you don't have to pay on the chat.
Like something like Flock of Seagulls.
You gotta wait 5 minutes in between
That's-
chats.
It's getting that Bruce Willis. It's getting winnowing down. It's getting just to be that little patch, that Phil Collins, Bruce Willis patch. Bruce has been bald for a while now, right? He's fully bald.
Right,
Bruce
David C.
Willis?
Baker?
Yes.
Did he shave his head now?
Yes, according to the last time I saw Bruce Willis.
I don't
Bruce
think I'm ever gonna do that. I
Willis.
think I look weird with a bald head. I think I look
Bruce
weird.
Willis.
Like if I had a, I wasn't well. Let me clean my glasses, and then we're gonna start. We have a special guest today from Chicago. I'm not excited.
Yes, it is.
So, we have a special guest with us today. He is served 2 tours in Iraq as a U.S. Marine, and now works as a reporter, commentator, and director of communications for Hard Lens Media. Please welcome to the show. It's Kit Cabello. Hey, Kit, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing good, Jimmy. It's a real pleasure to be on your show. I just want to say for the record that at this point right now, this is where we need to have independent media and independent commentators, because we are witnessing, again, firsthand, the beginning of something new happen. And as a result, finally people are starting to see the lie that is neoliberalism. It took me a while to even see it. I think we all were kind of taken aback. It was 2016, and with the fall of Bernie Sanders now and his endorsement of Joe Biden, it's something I've said on the show and maybe to some of my closer friends, that we got to move on away from Bernie and now continue actually really building a true progressive movement, which is why I started Hard Lens Media up with Daniel Lupker, my co-host.
So let's talk. We'll get to the Bernie Sanders stuff in a sec, but let's cover some stuff because you're in Chicago, my hometown, and so this is going to get an update what's happening in Illinois, because they were told to go vote on March 17th in the middle of a pandemic, which is sociopathic. Ohio stopped their voting. Now the Joe Biden campaign was giving out false information saying it was safe to go vote. Tom Perez was telling everyone to vote. Bernie Sanders' campaign manager told everyone to vote and make sure they wash their hands. So all 3 campaigns were telling people to go vote. It was very sociopathic. And so now we have coronavirus in Illinois update. 74 more COVID-19 deaths and 1,222 new known cases reported. But Pritzker, who is the governor, says we are in fact bending the curve. So let's just talk to you real quick about what are people saying in Illinois about Pritzker allowing that vote to go forward, and what is the fallout from that? Anything?
Well, actually, there is some fallout, and this just recently happened. Right now, and I'm very sad to report this because we talked about this in the March 17th primary, how there was a lack of sanitation, how the polling stations were unsanitary, how the workers were ill-prepared. A Chicago election worker who staffed the March 17th primary dies after contracting COVID-19. So as a result, I think from what we can tell about the virus, it has a 2-week incubation period. Some people it's longer. But as a result of this, the consequence repercussion is now that Illinois primary voters are now starting to be notified of possible coronavirus exposure. So nonetheless, I mean, how this virus works is that it can survive on any type of material for, depending on what type of material it is, for 3 or 5 days or even longer, and then there's the incubation period. So now, myself, I voted, my colleagues at Hard Lens Media, we voted on March 17th, and I'll get into the reason why we did that. But now all over citizens of Illinois, they're at risk of basically either having it, have been exposed to it, and now probably exposing other people. And with one of the polling workers right now passing away from this just happened yesterday. I really doubt the notion or the idea that we're lowering the curve, that we're starting to flatten the curve, everything's starting to plateau out. I mean, McCormick Place right now is still going to be used potentially as an emergency hospital area, and that place is huge. That's where the People's Summit was at not too long ago in 2017. So this is the fallout. And Jacob Pritzker did go on the record saying the governor doesn't have.
So, I knew what Mark was going to do. I told him to stop. Stake it down if you really want to. I've got stakes. You know, we could strap it down. It'll be fine. So there's no need to fucking have big old beams across. I said, I don't want you to take these beams and I want to build a fucking little closet around the pump that makes all that noise. My little waterfall pump. I want to put a little closet over it, you know? So, let's get rid of this. They're just talking about politics. Psh, unreal. Psh, what's that? I don't know. Psh, unreal. Get rid of it. Psh, unreal. Psh, put this over here. Psh, unreal, pal. Nobody does it like that anymore, pal. Psh, nobody does it like that anymore, pal. Psh, unreal. Psh, why don't you fix that, pal? Psh, unreal. Fix it how? Fix it like this. Make it magical. Magical. That's nothing. Magical. I absolutely hate how people keep inviting me to fence. Okay, do you have to pay to chat on his live stream? Okay, Jimmy, it's cool. Okay. So we're all caught up on the chat. Great. I think I'm gonna go outside and work with Mark. I had fun with y'all. Turn my AC back on in here, and I'll take the dog outside, and we'll go fuck with Mark. All right, you guys. Yo, I'm gonna put my jeans on so I can work. I'm gonna take these sweats off. Yo, you're very good, yo. You're very good. Yo, all of you, you're very good. Yo. Now that I've got the soil down there, I think I'll dig the holes and I'll put the plants in and shit. And start putting the cannabis trees in right now. I can carry the very first plants down, those 2 alien overlords. They have to go in slots 2 and 3. I can carry them down right now. Start doing this shit. It's gonna be fucking crazy. Oh, right on, buddy. She got down, but she never got time. She's gonna make it through the night. She's gonna make it through the night. Mama told me not to look to the sun on the other side. But mama, that's where the bird is. Yes, I'll film the planting. Yes, I will film the planting of it. Yeah, I'm gonna bring my camera down there and I'll make a small video. I'm not gonna film the planning of it. Because it's gonna be too much to do, you know? Too much to carry the camera and fucking carry the plants down, you know? But I told you guys what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a small hole I'm going to pour in my vegetable compost. Then I'm going to make a hole right in the middle of that. I'm going to put the plant in there. It's already got dirt. I'm going to pour in mycorrhizae with it. I've got mycorrhizae. I'll pour that in there. It's going to be amazing. I've already put bone meal and blood meal and bat guano and cottonseed meal and potash and I put down Epsom salts, all kinds of shit. So 2 of those pots I wasn't going to till at all. I'm just going to drop the plants in the soil and see if it acts any differently than the stuff that I tilled and mixed stuff into. The ones that I'm not tilling, they were full of plants growing on top, weeds growing on top. They look really healthy, and I was like, why should I till that? You know, it looks like it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do right now. So it's the reason why the one on the end is doing it is because the plant died that was in there, so it didn't really use up all of the all those great nutrients that were down in there. Beezel's so cute. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Bye. See you on Twitter. Trendy Asdabbers on Twitter, guys. Hey, there's Mark. Hey, Mark's already at the waterfall. Great.